I love the fascinating story behind the birth of Ivory soap. It all began in 1837 with a man named Alexander Norris, a practical fellow from Cincinnati who had two daughters, both married tradesmen. One was a candle maker from England named William Proctor, and the other was a soap maker from Ireland named James Gamble. Well, Norris looked at his two son-in-laws who had never met each other before and said, rather than go into separate businesses, why not join forces? So following their father-in-law's advice, which was probably a good idea, that's what they did. And Procter & Gamble was born, a family business that made both candles and soap. And they did really well through to the mid-1800s, especially during the Civil War, supplying soap and candles to the Union Army. But by the 1870s, things were changing. Kerosene lamps were replacing candles, and electricity was just around the corner. Candle sales were sinking, and the company needed something to keep it afloat, literally. And that's when it happened. One day, at the factory, a worker left the soap mixing machine running while he went for lunch. And when he came back, there was this frothy batch of soap that was much lighter and full of air bubbles. Well, maybe he was told to pour it into the soap molds anyway, or he did it just to cover up his mistake. Either way, the soap was sent out and it was sold. And within a few weeks, letters started coming into the company from customers saying, "We love this new soap. It floats." Well, the company hadn't realized what they had, but the public sure did. You have to realize in the 1800s, none of the soaps floated, so this was like magic. It was convenient. You could drop it in the laundry wash tub or in the bathtub and it wouldn't sink to the bottom. Kids loved it, mothers loved it, and the marketing folks at Procter & Gamble ran with it. Ivory soap, the soap that floats. And it wasn't long before everyone realized this wasn't just another soap. It quickly became a household name. Now, we'll never know if it was the father-in-law of Alexander, if he was motivated by his love of family or wanting to make sure his daughters were cared for when he encouraged William Procter and James Gamble to go into business together. And we'll never know whether the employee who left the soap mixing machine on during the lunch got credit for what he had done, or at least received a raise in pay. But it's a fascinating story.